So what is desire?
Desire.
And is desire to be discarded? Is it something we're supposed to get rid of?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Or is desire something to be transformed, recognized? First, I'm going to explain just what desire is, and then I'll explain the two places from which desire arises. It's not that desire comes in two separate forms. It's that desire arises from two places. Desire itself is the desire to be happy. You could argue it's the desire to be alive, but let's look at the worst case. You're suffering. You got in a bad car wreck. There's no fixing it. You're in the most suffering you could possibly be in. What does oftentimes most people say?
Kill me. Kill me.
They say, kill me. Finish it. Because their desire to be happy outweighs their desire to live. So desire itself is to be happy. Right? So we've established that desire is to be happy. Happiness.
Be happy.
Be happy. Your happy place.
One of the first places desire can arise from is lack, a feeling of lack. For example, say I'm sitting here at my table, I'm utterly present with myself, and I have this feeling of lack. So then a desire arises to go on a walk or watch a movie.
Like Netflix and chill.
That desire is impure because it is from a place of a lack, from a place of illusion, if you will.
Wow. Jim Morrison.
I'm Jim Morrison.
In the sense that I feel lack because first I'm an illusion, I'm in illusion that I am separate from the whole. So I need something out there to feel whole again.
I want the knife.
So I feel lack. I'm in the illusion of this self being separate from the whole. So I feel lack. Keeping in mind that no object will ever fulfill desire in that way. Anytime you attempt to go outward in that way, you will never fulfill desire in that way. Because that in itself is just a looking away from being present. You feel lack because why? First, there's this illusion that I am separate from the whole.
I'm Jim Morrison.
And in the present, the more you sit with that, the more this sense of self starts to fade like a sigh. So this feeling of lack increases, like something's about to tip over, give in. So instead of facing that, you look away.
Look away! Look away!
Look, 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 look.
Just look.
You become a tension away from awareness. You put your attention outwards. So your awareness, which is where happiness is, awareness itself is happiness. Happiness is a quality of being present. It is the quality of awareness. Right? So
Buddha.
you go from being awareness
Buddha.
to being an attention out that way. You're putting your attention out that way. To go and attain something in hopes that you will feel whole again.
Buddha.
But that never works, right? Because you're just going away from the source. Where happiness is at, which is in the present, in the now, which is so cliche to say, right? But look at how hard it is just to be present, right?
Buddha.
And how most of your life you are not in the present, you're somewhere else and you're continually seeking to be happy. So you feel lack because you're in this illusion that I am separate from the whole, so I need something out there to feel whole again. But that's not how that works, so that never works. So of course the other place that desire will arise from is, see if you can figure it out yourself before I just say it. Where else would desire arise from? just happiness itself, right? A place of happiness. So you have desire that arises from a place of lack, so you look away from the present. And you have desire that arises from happiness. I'm sitting at my table, utterly present with myself, no feeling of lack, and have a desire to go on a walk. In that, I'm not looking away from the present. I'm not just distracting myself from a feeling of lack. I'm going to go on that walk, but I want to be present with that walk, with what I'm doing, right? Because recognizing the first situation, when desire is coming from a place of lack, you're looking away. You're not present in what you're doing. That's a distraction. Away from yourself, which is the whole in the present itself, awareness. If that makes sense. So you have desire that arises from this false place of being separate from the whole, a feeling of lack. And you have desire, that same desire which can arise from a place of wholeness.
Buddha punch. I need some Buddha.
Right? Because awareness itself is aware that it's already the whole. It's already everything. It needs not. You already have everything.
Sweet dreams are made of the...
A dream. Sweet dreams.
So when you're relaxed into your being as awareness, that's where happiness is. There's no lack. There's no lack because there's no I. There's no self in that way. And this isn't a nihilistic approach. It's not that I'm just taking everything away from you, right? You could look at this like, well, there's no self and that's just emo.
They made her emo!
No. It's that you were never losing anything in the first place. It's as if you were doing 3 plus 3 and getting 7. And then I show you what it really is. You see it as 6. Nothing was lost from 7 to 6. It was always 6.
Kill me, then you've lost nothing.
And if anything, you're gaining the whole. Yourself. You're regaining what you are, which is the whole.
I am one.
Buddha.
So you're not losing anything. You're removing the illusion of what you thought you were to see what you are. It was always 6. There was never anything that was being lost. Which is the cause of suffering in the first place, is because you were first in the illusion that you were separate from this, so you just need something out there in order to make you whole again. It's as if you're running around the house looking for your sunglasses. And you're looking everywhere, you're freaking out, you're looking everywhere you can. And you walk by me and I'm like, they're on your head. Oh, you don't have to look anywhere. You already had it. You already have it. It's just to relax back in your being and be awareness. And if you can get past that feeling of lack and fear, that desire is transformed. That lack just fades like a sigh. And keep in mind that it's going to take time. You're going to go to this place of being present, and the feeling of lack is just going to keep coming at first. It's going to seem stronger than not. But it's like, I gave this analogy before in some of my other videos. But it's like if you were walking out on the street at night, right, and it's already dark and quiet, and then a truck goes to pass you. The engine's loud, the lights are bright, all of that stillness, all of that quietness, all that darkness is gone. And then after the truck passes, it seems a little bit more quiet, a little bit darker, right? It gets different. It's a little bit different than the quality you had of the stillness before. That's what happens each and every time that you go to the present, just a little bit. It may not seem like it, but it is just a little bit. Each time you go there, it's getting a little bit more quiet. There's just a different quality to the depth of the stillness.
Buddha.
to where you almost want to be there more and more and more. The quality of it does change the more and more you go there. It's just you've been so egocentric all your life that this fragrance of lack is still going to kind of linger around and remain even when you're present. Even you could say, well, I'm being present and that feeling's still there. Why is that? It's just the fragrance of it is still lingering from this egocentric place that you've been all your life. So it's not that desire itself is to be discarded. There's nothing to be discarded. It's just to be transformed. And the reason I also said recognize in the beginning of this video is because I wouldn't even necessarily say transformed. The desire itself isn't really being transformed, it's just being recognized for what it is, which is that desire itself cannot be fulfilled by any outside object. Desire itself is for happiness, and happiness is an awareness, which is what you are, just awareness, this whole. Just relaxing back into yourself and being awareness.
Subscribe.
Be sure to like and subscribe.